with Lisa, season, 14, episode 3. I am coming to you live from the kitchen. I thought I would have it higher at first and then lower it, but it looks like I've already got the camera in position for crafts. So I've got a little charm here. I'll come in, you can see my hat. Let me do this real quick and then we can get to crafting. So if I tip you up a little bit for now, let's see if you can see me better. There we go. That's what I wanted to start like. Hello everyone, how are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is St. Patrick's Day today and we are live. So what's new with you? How has your week been? What have you been up to? Yes, I have pop today. I'll just hide it behind my daddy. This is a painting I did about, I think in 2018, of my dad as a leprechaun. I've shown you guys it before, so we can do the little, so I can post it. I need to paint a wedding ring on him. I feel bad that he doesn't have the wedding ring because he was married to my mommy and loves my mommy, so, yes, so not only does that remind me of my dad, and the face looks super good, it's also a little leprechaun, and it's good for St. Patrick's Day. So, whoa, settle down. Clumsy Lisa. Okay, so, like I said, how is everyone? What are you doing? What have you been up to? Something else on this side is a plate that was more expensive than I wanted it to be. It's cute because on the bottom it has a little caterpillar, and on the top it has ladybugs, ladybirds. It's a 4-leaf clover, but I just thought it was too cool and it would work for my St. Patrick's Day stuff. And how often do you see stuff like this? Yes, I know I live sort of near Ireland, but how often do you see stuff like this in the shop? So thought it was really cool. So that is just a display for St. Patrick's Day. I have some crafts that we're going to make today. I don't have any treats to like food and stuff. I looked at some, but things got thrown off and I didn't even know if I was going to do any crafts or anything today, if it was just going to be me rambling like normal. But as you know, our grandson is going to be 1 pretty soon. So his parents, my stepdaughter Amy and her husband James, decided to do his birthday party today, which is fine. But that just threw me off. Plus, we know that I don't tend to get organized beforehand much. So my plans, and the printer's not working right now too, which is even, more just bleh. So I didn't know if I was going to do crafts, but so I haven't made anything before to show you examples of. So we're going to try and make some things right now while we ramble. So we can still ramble and I can still answer questions and comments and such while we make a few things for St. Patrick's Day. So again, it's kind of kids crafts, things that should be easy and quick, and we'll see what we can get made in this time allotting. All right, so let's come. No, I can't reach you. I need to bring you a little bit closer. Well, actually, I think this should be good. I'll see if we need to tip you down at all. Otherwise, I'll just work like in this area here for you guys to see. All right, I have like everything in a basket beside me because I didn't want it to look all, but we know how I am, so it will get like all like, but things like this and my paint water, I'm actually going to put behind me because, as you also know, Lisa's very clumsy. So I have a little paint water. I got some paint brushes. This is an old cup KGR. Oh, that's funny because that's kind of like, St. Patrick's Day, Ireland. This stands for Kilkenny, Glengarry, Roslin, and it's 3 communities around where I grew up. There's other ones there too that are named after places in Ireland, But KGR is 3 different communities that joined together for that ball team, and it's 1995 on it. So that was one of the teams I played for when I played fastball. Hardball can be like baseball, and then fastball is like softball, so whichever you want to call it, but it's still fast. Okay, so paintbrushes, and this is like Boston Pizza. I told you guys, I think before, Boston Pizza is one of my favorite restaurants. It's in America and Canada. I think in America it's only called Boston's. In Canada it's called Boston Pizza. And I think his name is Lionel, the little blue guy on it. And this was like the kids' cups with the kids' meals back in the day when my kids were little and I lived in Canada. So we use them, as you can see inside, we use these for paint cups. Upcycling, we don't want to waste. So we have lots of goodies here. We've got peppers, paper, and I don't know what I'm going to start with first. So because my printer wasn't working, I have my plans of my things that I'm going to do written down and sketched. So I could go in order probably, but let's see. I know I'm just a messy person, so. All right, well actually I have the pepper thing on my list first, so we can try that. This is my good paper. Yeah, okay. Okay, so the pepper thing. Now, I was meant to look it up, but I can't remember. So if you have a pepper and it has 3 balls at the bottom, like 3 little humps, that means it's, I think, like female and male. That's how you know the difference between 4 on the bottom and 3, but I can't remember which is female and which is male, and I've only seen that on the internet, so I haven't actually, I've seen it more than once, but it's a pretty cool thing if it is true. What we're going to do here, I don't know which one, these are both 4, so I don't know which one. This one looks more uniform, so I think I'll try this one. I don't like wasting food, so any paint that we do get on them, I'll just cut off that very thinly and only waste the part that has paint on them. So I just need a little cutting board. Where have the little cutting boards gone? That's weird. We have small cutting boards and none of them are in here. I wonder where they've gone and why they would be missing. So, I have 2 types of paint. I have the watercolor and I have acrylic paint. And again, with being messy, I don't want to get myself all dirty. So, of course, the paint is right at the bottom. Oh, I didn't get plates for palettes. Hang on. There's that one. That one. Okay, so green paint. Again, I haven't gone through all my paints, so I don't know which ones are still good or not. So let's hope that this is good enough to do what we're doing. All right. Oh, it's looks like it has separated, which means it's probably all just liquid on top. Let me try a different one. This one looks a little bit better. I really do need to go through these things, but I don't do crafts that often, except with you guys. Yeah, there, that's better. All right, so I'm going to take a big brush, take some water. I'm just going to make this acrylic paint I need to spread it out so it's big enough for that bottom, and adding a little bit of water makes it just a little bit smoother and runny. So you don't want to water it down too much, but okay, that should be good. Let's see how that does. So I have my pepper. I'm going to cut the bottom off. I know you can't see the cutting board right now. I've never done this before, so we're going to try. So look, that looks like a clover. I have my bottom here, which I guess you could use that for a smaller clover as well. We dip it in the paint. Yeah, you can see the paint. I don't know if you're supposed to dry it off first or not, but I'll make sure there's paint on all of it. Wait, there's still one bit there that's... And then we're going to stamp that on our page. That's pretty cool. I'm going to try one more with the same amount of paint. I haven't put any extra paint on yet. Okay, and should I do one more? I could actually cut these out and put them onto a card after. So let's see how many I can get with the amount of paint I put on, because I did put quite a bit on. So that's 4, starting to wear off now. 5. And 6. Oh, that one went off the page a little bit. So, okay, we did 6. And then, I don't know, I'm going to use a smaller paintbrush. I didn't mark on my sheet how, so some of them have, which one should I do? Some of them have like, let me test it here. So some of them have lines in them that they did like this. And then you just need to do your stem. Oh yeah, I was going to do 3-leaf clovers as well. Let me just do my stems and then I'll show you this. So tell me what you guys have been up to. We had the birthday party today. What did I do yesterday? Oh wait, I got axolotls. Those are like salamanders that stay in, I can't remember what the proper term is for it. They stay in their juvenile state, basically, so they still have gills and fins or whatever, and they stay aquatic, so they live in water their whole lives. They never go on land. And I got 3 of them. Samantha and her kids have axolotls, and they have babies, so Samantha reared some babies for me and other people. So I got 3 of the axolotls. I haven't named them yet, but that's what we did yesterday, was go and pick up the axolotls. I need to get a bigger tank for them though. So I'm going to show you close up. Oh, I'll hold the pepper too. Pepper stamp. Pretty cool. I can try and wash that paint off too. I don't want to waste, I don't like wasting, especially food, when there's people going hungry in the world. Okay, so I'm going to try the 3-leaf clover. Oh yeah, I wanted to try the end as well. Okay, let's see how this does. It's alright. I'll do the 2 smaller sides as the bottom and the bigger one as, okay, so I'm going to put this out of the way to dry. And we'll try this one. It's a bit thicker because I didn't see like a solid. It's more solid because I didn't go up far enough. So maybe I should have cut more. Let's see if this works. And maybe once I cut it, I should have dried it off. Okay, let's try this. Okay, I've done it more. And I'm going to just get a paper towel, kitchen roll, whatever you want to call it, in whatever country you're in, and dry it off. I realize paint is wet, but we don't want the moisture of the pepper. Okay. I might need to get some more paper. I have some scrap paper, but it has stuff right on the other side. So I guess, I mean, if I was to do this another time, I guess I would look at the peppers in the shops and see if it had the look that I wanted it to. And then let me try. So again, I can take, oh, Lisa, I have my paintbrush on this. I don't have a plastic over my tablecloth because I just put it quickly on top of everything, and we do not want to get acrylic paint on things because acrylic paint does not come off, which is part of its charm because you can paint on things, but it's also not good if you want to you know, keep something nice and then you get paint on it. Like my clothes, that I just made that stem on that one way too big, but it was because I'm making it upside down. Haven't really been outside all week. It's been raining, you know, and stuff, but I have still been getting stuff done. Okay, these ones are all right. I could probably cut them out and do things with them, but they don't look as good as the 4-leaf ones. I'm actually, even looking at this again, I'm really impressed with those. That looks really cool. And a unique stamp that nobody would have because your pepper would be different than anybody else's. And I can't believe, now I'm going to have to go on my scrap paper, but I wonder if any of these are better than others with stuff on the back. Yeah, see, like, if people, yeah, okay, good. Some of these just have something at the bottom. So if something has, like, if it has writing on it, like this is writing at the bottom, then you can't use it for whatever proper things, but I put it in the scrap paper for kids to draw on, or if you need something to write notes on or whatever. So I have this, I don't know if it'll work, it's a 3-leaf. I don't even know if I should bother with this one. Well, it's definitely not as easy to hold. Put my nails in it. That's just a blob, so that didn't work. But this one might. This besides me having to use my nails in it to get a grip on it. This is the 4-leaf one, and then we got other things to. Oh, I forgot to dry it off. We have other things to do, so let's move it along, little doggy. So it looks good. And stampity. Oh, it's too wet. Stamp. 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 Oh, I need to push down on all 4 sides. So it definitely works better with the big one. But it can still be done with this little one. It's just not as good. That one's better. Let's see if I can fit one more in there. Alright, I'll show you guys, but I think the best ones are the original idea that the internet did. I didn't do tails on those, but that's what those look like. They look like more like flowers. Okay, so let's put the peppers away and move on. I made pork steaks and asparagus for dinner tonight. Oh, asparagus and long stem broccoli. So I bought long stem broccoli and I bought asparagus to have as the vegetable with the dinner. And I asked Steve yesterday which one he wanted, and he wanted both. But I'm like, no, it's 2 different meals. So instead of making it for 2 different meals, I just split it half and half. So we had half yesterday and half today. I made the exact same meals. Pork steaks with long stem broccoli and asparagus with a little bit of olive spread, like instead of butter, and garlic salt or seasoning. It's garlic powder actually. So that's what I haven't eaten mine yet, but that's what me and Steve had, and then I made a bit of rice for the girls to have with theirs. Hi, Mom. Mom says hi, Lisa. Okay, so let's go with our next idea. Let's see. Okay, that one's a bigger one. Let's do... okay, so do you guys remember when we were making Valentine's, how we took one of these toilet roll cardboards and toilet paper cardboards, whatever you want to call it, and we made a heart shape, pinch it at the bottom to make the point. So see. I have a few of them just in case it doesn't work. So you're going to make a heart shape again. And then I got tape. So as loose as you want it, loosey-goosey. So you could do more than one shape, like one heart. Mine is going to be a bit wonky, but that's okay because we're going to do this however. So dip in paint. Oh, the top, the way that I taped it, the top isn't getting paint on it. So hang on, we gotta, well actually maybe I'll try the other end because that looks all right. Okay, so let's see if it's all touching the paint. I think this could work. Okay, let's see. So then 1, you can see what I'm doing. Oh yeah, that corner didn't. Okay, 2. 3. This is not a good one. Okay, let's try this again. I will set that there and try again. So bend it to make a heart, pinch the bottom to make the point, and tape it to hold the shape. That looks good. Let's try this again. I might need more paint as well. Why is it doing it again? Just the pokey part in the top. I didn't... How... Internet makes everything look so simple. Okay, let me try putting more paint on my plate. Ooh, excuse me. Remember, I think I used watercolor paint at when we did the Valentine's instead of. Okay, so let's try this again. 1. And try to get my middle points together this time because I didn't do it on that one. 2. 3. And then I'm going to make this really runny. And fill it in. If you make acrylic paint really runny, then it almost looks like watercolor. And if you fill in if you take water and fill in your space with water and then you add the paint, it is called washing, I think. And it just gives it a bit of color. So if I put water on there instead, there's still color in my paintbrush. Because I want to be able to see the line on the outside. So I'm just going to take that and make my stem. I'm not very good at those stems. But after I show you this, I'm going to try and make a 4-leaf clover with the same technique. And actually I need a kitchen roll. Because I did the wash with the water, it's too wet to hold up to you. Okay, so that is what we got so far. Quick, easy, enough, and you don't have to do it filling it out in the middle. You can see on the right side, or my right side, which this one here is just the outlines, and I didn't line up my centers. On this one, I did line up my centers. I'm wondering how, if this one is too big to make it a 4-leaf clover, but I'm going to try. Dippy, dippy, dippy. I wonder if I keep them further apart. Okay, or overlap them a little bit so my points are still dippy, dippy, dippy. I gotta turn my page. How do I make it 4-leaf? Let me try bringing it out a little bit so that the points. If I do that, hang on. Well, I'm going to do mirrored first. And then, yeah, it's not working with 4 because, let me see if I squeeze this smaller, if I can do it. Last chance. Ready? I'm going to do a smaller heart. Same size kitchen roll, smaller heart, but only squeezed. I'm not taping it. So, ding, do, deet, dot. That worked a bit better, but I think the 3-leaf clover is better in this one. So I didn't do stems on them, but this is what I have. So you can see this one is where I tried to space them apart. This one is where I overlapped them, and this is where I made the smaller heart. So do with that what you will. It did look cool in the pictures, so you can look it up online, and I'd have to see what I did or didn't do different to them. Just making some tails. And like I said, each one of these you can cut out and make a different card with it. And you don't have to do it on white paper either. Well, that one's not really. So you don't have to do it on white paper either, especially with acrylic paint. You can put it on any color paper. So there we go. I'll let that dry. Let me see. Do you guys know you can use potatoes as well and make stamps, right? And you can carve whatever image you want on it. Quick or easy. I'm just going to check. Oh, okay. So for paint, yes, there's 2 more things that I want to do with the paint before I put it away. So one of the things is a toilet roll that's painted green. So I'm going to paint this green, and if I would have had time before, I would have done this already so it was dry. But I'll paint it now, and then I can even make it at the end with this when it is dry. Or just make a really messy thing to show you guys if it's still wet. And I need to... Okay, there we go, just where my thumb is now that I need to somehow paint where my thumb is. Put it there. Paint the top where my thumb was, and then I can set it aside to dry. Okay. Oh, shoot. Okay, now I'm going to throw these out real quick. Oh, actually I need my paintbrush to add water to that. Okay, I needed the bigger plate. This is our last paint thing that we need. Oh no, I'm lying, it's not. Well, we need a different color for the next thing. So I'm gonna add, does my hand fit on this plate? Yeah, okay. I'm watering this down a lot just so that I don't have to use as much paint. It doesn't matter if it looks a bit watercolory. It's just to show you guys really quickly this idea that I saw online. Now, again, these are like preschool, toddler type things, like things that are easy to do with kids. So obviously I'm not a kid. If you had a kid, the kid's hand is going to be a lot smaller. The paper you're going to, or canvas you're going to need, it would be a lot smaller as well. So I don't know if I might be able to fit a 3-leaf clover on a page, but if I didn't want to waste a canvas, just trying this. So this, or I could use 2 pieces of paper. So you take your hand and dip it in the paint. And I don't know the last time or if ever I did a hand painting. I've done finger painting before. Why won't my... Anyways, okay, so you dip your hand in the paint and then you do 1. Oh yeah, it was both hands. I'm gonna have to wash my hands after this. 2. And pretend these papers are together. I wonder if I'm supposed to keep my fingers closer together. I'm not sure. Can you guys see that? I'm going to wash my hands and I'll put some tape. But it's quite wet, so I don't want to lift it up yet. Towel, of course, it's across the room. And actually, while I'm up, I will get okay. And I need a fork for a different project. And oh, tape. Okay, tape. Okay, you guys can see that from Lisa. I taped the paper underneath it, so you guys can see that from there. I'll turn it this way so you can see the tail as well, that it's supposed to be a 4-leaf clover. I'm going to set it aside for it to dry, and then I can show you guys after it dries. I think it would look probably cooler with kids' hands, but you could also like make the shape around the hands after, I guess, if you wanted. So what is next on our... Oh, okay, we'll do the last painting one. So we don't need green, as far as I know. Just set that there. But we do need paper with this one, so we're going to get paper first and make... you know what, I'm going to make this guy a lot smaller than I was originally going to make him, so his... Okay, so I need... This is my scraps. Remember, I have ice cream containers that I use for scraps. This is green. So paper scraps, when kids use a full sheet of paper and then they have leftovers, I make them into squares or triangles, and then they're ready to go for different things. Like you could put that on top of there and a sticker on there and put it on the front of a card or whatever. But we are looking for a piece of paper. This one will work. And hang on, no, I'm gonna do it. Oh, that's gonna be too big. Okay, let me think. These are really thin, cheap paper. That's why I thought it would be good. Yeah, so, okay, if I, yeah, that'll work enough anyways to get to do what we need to do. Scissors. So if I cut this, say here, and I guess if I was smart, I would have got my glue runner, but I'm not, so I'm going to have to just roll some tape and put this on the paper. And then put that back. Well, usually I would cut these with a proper cutter so my lines were straight, but what am I doing? Tape. Tried to have everything together. I think I'm doing good. We've already made a couple things. So, you know. And if you guys have any comments, it's just like a normal rambling hour. We can talk about whatever you want. I can't remember what I did this past week, really. I know I didn't go outside, but I know I'm always doing things, getting things done, trying to finish reading my book. Getting better. I still have that bit of a cough, but I am getting better. So that's good for the green, I think. But we need black. So we need, as you can see what I'm doing here. This is like a leprechaun's hat. So I need the black strip that goes across it, like a ribbon. And we want it just the same size as the top of the hat. You know, in North America, they celebrate St. Patrick's Day way more than they do over here. Obviously in Ireland, like, they'll drink and go to pubs, but mostly in Ireland, it's mostly, what do you call it, visitors, like visitors, whatever you call it, like tourists that come into Ireland for St. Patrick's Day to celebrate and everything. Then the locals will actually try and stay away during St. Patrick's Day because it just gets crazy with tourists and it's not as big of a thing as it is in North America. So then I got tape on me now. Okay, then I need, get off of me. Okay. Yellow. It says yellow on this side, but you can hardly see it because it's written in yellow. Well, I need gold actually, not yellow, but I put gold in with yellow. So is there a piece that's cut to what I need, or do I need, well, we can use yellow anyways because I don't see any nice gold in here. So, oh yeah, I forgot I only did a very tiny strip, so I need just a tiny piece. Oh, this is cool. This is like glittery. So I just need it to be a little bit bigger than that, and like say there and there. And of course I do have, see that would annoy me if the kids put it back, but they would put it back, and now I've just done it. But I do have craft knives, so I get in there, but what I'm going to do is almost fold it in half, but kind of curl it because I don't want it to have a line in it if I can help it, and then snip. And that is, if I snip properly, it would go through. So I'm making a line to start, and then I'm going to try and just cut inside like a frame. So I'm making the buckle for the hat. Well, it's a wonky buckle. But it's a buckle nonetheless. So I'll show you the hat in a second. I'm just gonna tape that on. Oh, actually that side's not straight. That looks a little bit too long. I need, just give me, oh, that's not my glasses. That is a hat. Boy, it gets quiet when nobody's talking. I'm just rolling some tape really tiny so that I can put it behind the little lines of the hat so you don't see the tape. Come on. Okay, so we have that so far. Just a hat, a face of a hat of a leprechaun. And I'm going to draw some eyes. Just coloring in the black. You don't have to draw eyes. I did bring my googly eyes out, but because this is just on a scrap piece of paper, I don't want to waste googly eyes. Although I could take them off. And I'll draw a nose. And a mouth. And I might need to tape this one as well because I'm going to run out of room. And I'll use this one. Okay, so this is what I have so far. I just did a quick face on there. And then I am going to get orange. Oh, that's really runny too. Oh, yeah, this isn't gonna, I'll just do, it's gonna be more like watercolor. I do have the watercolors behind me if this doesn't work. Yeah, that'll work enough, I think. It's just very, I'm just getting the liquid out. It's a big chunk of solid in there. Ooh, gosh, that's not good. I'm not gonna do any more than that because I'm gonna have to get some. Okay, and then you dip your fork in your paint, and hopefully this works even though, oh yeah, that's really runny. So this would work better if you had good paint. But you are doing his hair. Maybe I should have done a little bit of hair before I put the hat on, but maybe I'll do them backwards there. There. And some hair on that side. And then a big beard. Actually, I'm going to do the beard upside down because I like the way the fork looks better that way. So if I do it this way, it looks more like the hair is going down. Can you guys see that? Yeah. This is pretty cool. I like this one. If I had better paint and did it on a proper piece of paper, this is a winner. I'm going to actually, oh, I don't think, I was going to grab a Sharpie and make my face darker, but I don't think I have a Sharpie in here. So it might drip. It's a little bit wet, but what do you guys think of that? He will dry, but that I like him. I'll let him dry. Okay, so let's move on. I think that's all for paint. It's not far if I need it again, but I'm pretty sure that's all for paint. So let's check off. We did that one, fork beard, and we didn't do that one, didn't do that one. Hands we didn't do that one. We did that one. So we have 4 more to do if we can get to it. Mom says, so cute. Thanks, Mommy. I think so too. So, I don't even know if I need this paper anymore. Oh, I do need a little bit of white paper for one of them. Let's do that one now. Okay, so I'm gonna go this way. Now you can measure these if you want so that they're the same. But do I ever do something properly? Do you guys remember at Valentine's when we made a little heart-shaped thing? So we're going to make a clover-shaped thing. So I have my paper, I have the pen, take whichever is the worst side of it, and draw. I don't have anything hard to draw on. Draw your shamrock. In case you make a mistake, you can use pencil, fit it onto the page, and if I mess up, I can just do it again. Let me make this. Okay, so if that goes there, I'll make this one a bit smaller. Okay, so there, and then that. Nope, I don't like that, so I'll make it over here. Nope, don't like that. There, that one. Okay, so I did my little sketch of a, you can use better paper than this. This is really thin paper because I'm just doing this as a quick, oh, I don't even know if I need a tail on this guy. No, I don't think I need a tail because that might look wrong. I'll put the tail to the side. Well, no, because that's what, okay, let me figure this out. I'll look at it better after I cut it out. Now, I do have a Cricut cut machine. You can do this on the, you can print your shamrocks if you have a printer and then cut out those. They'll be more uniform. If you have a Cricut cutter machine, that is a type of cutting machine that cuts card stock and paper for you into shapes that you use through the computer or through cartridges that you can get for it depending on which Cricut cut you have. But I'm doing mine freehand because the printer's not working. The Cricut cut, I want these to be things that everybody can do for the most part. So I did it freehand. And yes, it looks pretty good, but it's not perfect. It's just 3 hearts. So you could make 1 heart as your, what's it called? Like a template, and then move it around, and then they'll all be the same shape. So that is my thing, but I don't think we need the tail on it. Because it might look like because if we're putting legs on him, the tail might look a little bit inappropriate. If we put it upside, no, we're not going to put it upside down. I'm just going to bend it back for now. Okay, so remember the arms are shorter than the legs, so I'll take 2 of these and make them shorter. And then we fold those like a accordion, back and forth, like squares or rectangles. And it makes it like dee 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 dee. Okay, I'm going to do that really quickly with the other ones. Now, I don't remember if I showed you guys what I do with my stamp pads, but I'm going to do it on this one. Because I did bring a green stamp pad in here because I didn't know if I was going to with the green pepper, with the peppers, I guess none of them were green. With the peppers, I didn't know if I was going to use paint or a stamp pad to see if it worked on a stamp pad. But because I have the stamp pad in here, I'll show you a trick I do with lots of crafts that I do. I wonder if those legs are too long. You can always cut them back if they're too long. I have to be honest, I'm doing these ones a lot quicker and rougher than I did the Valentine's one. So even though these are good practices, none of these are like ones that I would probably keep, like put up on the wall or anything. I would take the idea and try it again. So I have a stamp pad. I like stamping up ones. They have the pad, they store the pad upside down. So when you turn it, the pad is there for you to use, but it had been stored upside down, so all the ink has gone to the top of the pad so that it's ready to use when you do it. But I'm not stamping anything. I'm going to take this, and I like doing this. Sometimes when you have a piece of paper, especially if you cut it out just with scissors, the edges don't look right. So you can do this with a marker as well. Especially like this one, it might not be good with a stamp pad because they're getting right into those little triangle bits. You just rub the edges onto a stamp pad or a marker pen. So let's see. I'm doing it towards you, so I don't even know if it's working well. Yeah, it gives it a bit of an edge. See the color? Just a bit of an edge so it looks more finished than not. So let me do it towards me so I can see if I'm missing any bits. Pretty good because this ink pad is quite old. This is before when I lived in Canada, and years before I moved here. I had this ink pad in Canada for years. Well, let's see. I had this when I lived in Edmonton, probably, and I lived here for 9 years, and I lived in Saskatchewan for 7 years. So I've had this ink pad for more than 16 years, and it still has lots of ink in it. Now, I like that I've gotten a bit of messiness on the bottom and stuff like that too, so I'm just going to add a bit of that to the top here too on purpose, just make a bit of a mess on the front here. So it makes it a little bit different, right? There you go. So let's put him together. I'm going to get googly eyes for this one. I didn't bring my tape runner, and these aren't stickers. So I'll use a bit of tape now, but I'll glue them on after. How low do I want them? And then I'm going to make a mouth. And then I'm going to take these on, so legs first. Oh, I think these legs might be too long, but we'll see. Arms. How am I doing with arms? I'll put them right there. I mean, see, we're still eating healthy. Haven't started the working out yet, but like I said, I am starting to feel better. There we go. He's cute so far, but we're gonna add some on his hand. We're gonna add some hands and feet. Yeah, feeling better. Still got the cough, and still a little bit low on energy. Tired, especially when I wake up, even if I've had enough hours of sleep. But slowly getting better. So, okay, I folded a piece of green paper into 4 because I'm going to do these freehand, but I want to get 4 of them at the same time now. I'm going to draw one of them because you can do 3-leaf clovers or 4-leaf clovers. Hang on, that was in the wrong place. Right. You can do 3-leaf clovers or 4-leaf clovers, whatever you prefer, but for the point of being quick about this, I am going to do it freehand, but I want a tail as well on this. So I drew a little 3-leaf clover, and like I said, it's folded 4 times because I need 4 of them. So glasses to see close up. Again, you can use precision scissors if you have them, like better scissors that are good for getting tiny things close up. But I'm using regular scissors because that's what I grabbed out of the drawer. And again, I want the things that I share to be things that anybody can do. Not that you have to have all this special stuff for it. If you have the special stuff, great. If you don't, then, but a little bit of colored paper, especially like this is really thin, cheaper stuff. People, even if you're really, really poor, then you could be saving colored paper through the year when it comes in things or like, okay. So you can see that that's the side I drew on. I can't see this. I don't know if you can see that. I drew on that one and the back looks nicer. So there should be 4 here. And we're just going to glue or tape them on. Obviously, we know which one I'm going to do because I did not bring. But I'm going to use smaller pieces of tape, not to waste tape, and because I need them to be smaller so that you don't see them. Coming up this week, we're babysitting Jackson one of the days this week, and I have a dentist appointment this week, and what else? I just hope to be in the garden. Can't think if there's anything else going on this week. Now, if you're very persnickety, you either put him really low or like I can see the white behind some of his hands and feet, then you could cut that off if you wanted. But there we go, Ziggy Zaggy type little guy. I could put his legs closer together too. I don't know if you like them apart like that or if they needed to be closer together, but that's our Ziggy Zaggy guy. So I think we only have 2 more things to do. And we are done for the night. So Oh no, we have 3 more if we get to them. So, hearts. Again, this one can be small if we want it to be. I have a lot of this thin green paper. So how many hearts do I need? Okay, so I'm going to fold, this is 2 strips of paper like that. I'm going to put them together and I'm going to fold them in half because I want my hearts to be uniform, but I don't want this to take all night. So I'm going to draw a heart, and if I mess up or it's not what I want, then, okay, there. I'm going to cut the outside line. See how there's 2 lines there? I'm going to do the outside line. So I'm going to cut this out, and then I should have 4 hearts that at least look pretty much the same as each other. I kind of messed up. Anyways, there's 4 of them. There should be 1, 2, 3, 4. And with that same color, I could probably use this scrap over here because I like to not waste. I'm going to fold it in 4, just like we did with the little shamrocks for the guy. So it's folded. It's a strip folded in 4. I'm going to do smaller heart. Cut that out. For smaller hearts. And I'm going to take another color of green. Doesn't matter, lighter, darker, whatever, as long as it's a contrast to what we have there. Trying to just find something thin. That'll work. It's a bit shiny as well. And then I'm going to fold this in 4. Oh, actually, that's the green side is the good side because that's, so I'm going to fold it backwards with, there's a white side on the other side. Because if I draw on it, I don't want to see the pen when I cut it. So I want to do a heart that's bigger than this small one, but smaller than the big one. So let me check. Okay. So medium size. And again, you can do this on a Cricut cut machine if you have one. You can print them off and then cut them out so they're better shaped if you have a printer. So, and then you can even, with what I did here, remember you can take a marker pen and go around the edges. And I can't see that. You can take a marker pen, which I don't have here, and go around the edges and make it like a darker color or whatever, so it looks like the googly guy that we made. And then you just need to take, I'll take one of these scraps here and make a quick tail. So what we're going to do with this, take a scrap. I don't know why I didn't bring my glue runner, and I'm not going to run and get it now. So, yeah, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put this on the page, and then I might glue it later, and I'll just, I don't know how I'll hold it up to show you, but I'll take pictures after. So, and again, this doesn't have to be on white paper. You can do this on whatever color you want. As your background. I'm gonna make my tail bigger. You'll see why. No, this. I think this might not even be long. Yeah, that one looks all right. Could even be a bit longer. Can you, all these pieces are not taped, or, so there, I don't want to do it more than that. I'll tape them with the tape runner and take a picture of it after, but you can see that making heart shapes, 3 different sizes, 2 different colors, and you made a 4-leaf clover. 2 more things to do. 1 harder and 1 easy, but the easy, yeah, okay, we'll save the hardest for last. Oh, it's still wet on the end, but this is pretty much dry. Remember our, what do we call it? Toilet roll cardboard, or what's the other name for toilet paper is what we call it in North America. Yeah, I'll use this. This piece of paper is actually an old folder. That was an old green folder that instead of throwing the green folder away, I cut it up and put the pieces, oh, that's a perfect size. I put the pieces in, that's not the folder, that's just cardboard. But okay, so we need a piece that's about bigger than, oh, you can't see when I'm wearing green. So this piece is going to be like that. We're going to make a hat, like a leprechaun hat. So we want this to be a circle. Again, if you have something, oh, actually, no, that I might want it bigger than that, smaller than that. Well, maybe this cup. Let's go with this cup. So if the paper has a bad side, that's the side you draw on. Now my circle is an actual circle instead of just totally freehanding it. Okay, circle. Now for the black ribbon on the hat, you could use actual ribbon if you have ribbon, or I'm going to use black paper. Where are my papers? Where? Oh. So black. It needs to go all the way, your band needs to go all the way around. Oh, there's a nice piece of skinny black that will fit all the way around. As I said, the bottom is still wet on this sucker, so I will cut it and tape it. Actually, okay, I'll tape. No, I don't want to see the tape, so tape the back and into the tube. Then I'll put it all the way around so it's tight. Again, this would be much easier if you had a tape runner or glue, a glue stick or something. And then again, this tape is at the back so you won't see it. My tape bent over itself so it looks, anyways, the back's not going to look that great, but it's still going to be, so now this is going to go on there, right, like the bottom of the hat. I'll show you when it's closer, but I need a yellow buckle. Again, a very small piece of paper. Because well, you want it bigger than your strip of belt. Whatever, this will work. Oh, that looks green against it, it's too pale. What is this? Okay. That looks green when I hold it up against it too. I need something that's absolutely yellow. Sorry, guys. Whatever. Come on. I need just a small piece I don't want to waste. Oh, there's a green pencil crayon in here. That is how my kids roll. They just put things back willy-nilly wherever they want. There, whatever. This is yellow and it's small and it might look green against it, but it's our buckle. We could always use a gold pen or crayon or something to make it gold if we wanted, or gold paint. Did that without my glasses, so hopefully it's not too wonky. Again, I'm gonna tape this on so you guys can get the gist of it. It's not gonna look so good with tape, but I can always, like I said, this isn't masterpiece. So, I don't know how I'm gonna do that. I'll have to make a big roll of it. Hang on. Saying how am I going to put the bottom on the top. So again, you would use glue around the rim, or you could put a piece of cardboard there or whatever. I'm just going to put some tape to hold it onto its base right now. I guess my bottom circle could have been bigger, but that is your leprechaun hat. I didn't paint the inside, I didn't put a top on, but there you go. You could do anything, you could put a bit of flowers in there, even fake flowers, paper flowers, but that was a cute, easy thing to do. Almost everybody would have toilet rolls. And our last one is something I've not made before. But we're going to try this. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so 4 strips of one color. So again, we'll try using this cheaper paper. Do I want to fold it? No, I'll wing it and try and get them the same. 1, 2, 3. No, this one's not. So you might be wondering what the folder over here is that I haven't even used. This is, oh, there's a little part in there. This is paper, but bigger. That doesn't fit into here. So bigger, like half sheets, bigger sheets, and then this, yeah, so, and scraps of paper that has patterns on it, anything green and in there. So I have one of these folders that do up with each of the color families for scrapbooking and stuff. Okay, so we got 4 strips of one type of green, and we're gonna get 4 strips of another type of green. It's gonna be the same width, but not as long of a strip. So kind of like how we did the arms shorter than the legs on our Ziggy guy. Come on, what color? Just give me some. Yeah, this is good enough. There's a lot of this, and it's got writing on the back, so it's not as... Okay, so I'm going to do... It needs to be the same width, but shorter. Well, these aren't... Oh, I did 3. Make them the same height. So 4 strips here, 4 strips there. Now, I don't know if you guys know what quilling is. I'm going to fold this in half. And that's going to be my point on my heart. And then I'm going to fold these back like a bird. See how it's like a bird flying? And I'm going to join the ends together to form a point, and I'm going to tape it and it'll look like a heart. So let's see if this works. Again, I've never made something like this, so you guys are working with me. Quilling is when you take like a pointy instrument and you put paper around it, a strip of paper, and then you roll the paper on it. So if I was to take this strip here and take like even this pencil and roll the paper around it into a circle and then keep rolling it. Usually it's a really tiny, like almost needle. You guys have probably seen things like this, and then you take it off and it's all really tightly rolled, and then you that's not even tight enough, but you roll the paper and then you make it, like stand it up on its end and make a decoration with that. That's quilling. We're doing something a bit different. So my heart is not staying as a heart, but I think when you tape it, it would be like, I mean, glue it. So it's supposed to be like that shape. So I don't know how to get the top point to stay, but let me make my hearts and then we'll figure it out. So fold it in half, then make it a bird. And tape the end. This is our last one, so you don't need to worry. I hope you guys have enjoyed making things with me at St. Patrick's Day. There's not like, besides if you're going to go out and drink or something, like I might have Irish blood from my ancestors, but not a drinker. And that is not what I would call a fun night necessarily, especially if there is lots of people there. That's even worse than I would want. So next week I'm going to have a guest. I don't know who it is yet, but I'm going to have a guest. I've done enough of these on my own this new season, or this new year, that I do want to have a guest. So I will make sure that I have somebody for next week. Oh yeah, there's a piece of tape on there. So when I find these things, I find them so quickly and try and do these things. I don't look up videos on how to do them. That would make sense to watch someone else make something like this to see how it's done, instead of like putting you guys through the suffering of me trying to see if something will work or not. But, you know, if you're watching this, then you've obviously stuck with me. So while we make a mess together. Okay, I've made my 4 little ones. And then we're going to do the same thing with our bigger strips. So fold in the middle. That's the inside point. Make a bird. And the tips of the bird wings are going to meet. And we're going to tape that. Fold in the middle. Bird wings. Tape. Two more, fold in the middle, wings, tape, Last one, fold in the middle. Wings. Tape. Just thought of something. I don't know if taping the point in the middle, I mean, that could work. I guess if you put a little bit of glue right in your top point, like then you could glue it together just a little bit like that, and it would make the heart shape stay as a heart shape. So that's an option. I didn't know if taping, putting a little piece of tape at the back as well. So maybe I'm going to do that. I'm going to just bear with me. Again, this is like a rough draft of crafts. So, oh my gosh, even my tape is like not working with me here. Come on, buddy. Will that work? Sort, yeah, I mean, good enough, sort of. That's one. So let's try and do that really quickly. Bear with me, guys. Okay, so I need my tape to be rip it in half. That did not rip it. And then pinch and just put a piece of tape on the pinch. Pinch, put a piece of tape on the pinch. Pinch, put a piece of tape on the pinch. Oh, right, that's, you know, the glasses and proper, glasses and proper scissors, like smaller scissors would help with this. I just cut my paper instead of there's like a tail of tape that I'm trying to cut off here, but my scissors are too fat. There, whatever, okay. Okay, I need to tape that where I just cut my paper. Sorry guys, bear with my emergency surgery. Okay, now I'm going to do the little ones really quickly. Get my tape ready. Almost done, guys. Thanks for bearing with. You see so much better with glasses on. I just can't see you guys. Pinch, tape. Pinch, tape. Pinch, tape. Pinch, tape. Then we are going to take the color of the bigger hearts, and Actually, I made some tails. Yeah, I have a tail right there from when I made those other tails. Oh, actually, no, they do a different style of tail. Let me just get a piece of paper somewhere here. This one will work. Again, you'll put glue all over your page. So I'm doing rolls of tape where you take a strip of tape and you fold it over on itself and it meets, so it makes like a roll, like a closed circle but with the sticky side out, so that I can put this together, because I still probably should have taken this few seconds to go and get the glue runner, and it would have made so much of this much easier, but we want to make it look like a child made these. Actually, a child probably would do a better job at this point. Okay, so I put some tape on my paper just so that this will stick, and we're going to put these together. So we're going to stand these up. I'll do one and then show you. And again, remember, we want them to look uniform, so whatever your shape of your heart is. So that's what I mean by standing up. It's going to be sticking off the page like that. And we're going to put a big heart, and then inside the big heart is a small heart, and then a big heart. Now, if you want your pinch side down, then do that. I accidentally didn't. That's okay though, you guys will get the idea of this. And you guys can make it better because you can get all your ingredients together before you start, like a tape runner, a glue stick, or this one would probably be best with a glue stick or a glue gun. Oh, what did I do? The only problem I'm having right now is with the pinched middles, fitting the smaller one into the bigger one. One more I'm doing here. Okay, so they take like whatever color your outside one is. Okay, so I'm gonna cut 2 long strips. Where are my scissors? 2 long strips, just because this paper isn't long enough to do 1 long strip. And then I'm gonna tape it together, and that'll be my base. So I'm going to tape that together to make 1 long strip, but it'll also be my base where you'll see. So fold this, and then it's going to be the shape. You see, I'm making the shape of my tail for my shamrock. So however big you think it should be. I'm going to cut it there. I'm going to put a piece of tape to like basically pinch it. Oh. And then I'm going to put the tail in as well. So I've never made anything standing up like this before. And then I just realized that with the writing on the other side of the inside ones, you can actually see the writing in it. But that is our last one. So that would look a lot better if you didn't have tape to the back, but you had glue stick or whatever. Do you see? And if I made the colors different, like the inside heart is a bit light, so it's hard to see, but there is 2 colors in there. Okay, so that is it for our messes. Let me show you the hands. The big hand one is still really, really wet, so I'm not going to be able to show you that. The beard guy is still wet as well, but so I will take pictures of these with my phone after so that they when they're dry, and then it'll be a better quality picture than you're seeing on here right now. But happy St. Patrick's Day. I hope everybody has a good week coming up. Like I said, we'll have a guest next week. I'm going to go finish reading my book in bed right now. And, well, actually, that's a lie. I'm going to clean up first. So, yeah, again, I hope everybody has a happy St. Patrick's Day. Oh, I don't know if I showed you my necklace. I have like 3 of these. And I've used them for decoration, but I don't know if I ever wore them before. Oh, this one says Irish. I don't know if the other one says Irish or St. Patrick's Day. So, yeah, wearing a little thing and then my little hat. Yeah, I love you guys. Happy St. Patrick's Day and have a great night. And Mom says, bye Lisa, love you. Love you too, Mom. All right, bye guys. Thanks for tuning in. We'll talk to you later. Bye.